All right, welcome on back. For those that are just joining, we are shaming landlords. So, before we get too far in this, I do think that I am going to try to get back into Twitch streaming. And there'll be days, I think I still want to save them though. Like, as long as the recordings are okay and as long as I find a better mic, like, that's why I haven't made too many educational videos because my computer, I haven't figured out what makes it good. Like, I think I could do something with like the adjustments and use the microphones that I do have, which are just a bunch of gaming headsets. I'm actually using my daughter's right now because it's the best one. Like, and we just bought random things off of Amazon. Like, oh, this one looks okay. Let's try this one. And so, let's see. The Shack of Shame. Actually, I kind of like this now. You can go stand in the corner. Think about what you did. And go stand in this corner. Think about what you did. Oh, and then, oh, there's so much that we could be doing with this. Let's see. All right, we need another one of this. So, Shack of Shame. Prohibitionists. That's another thing. Okay, we need some books. I think some of these have things written in them, so we'll see if we can use them. No? Okay. Shack of Shame. Oops. Prohibitionists. Because I had one the other day. Prohibitionists. I'm talking specifically cannabis. And yeah. So this lady, hmm, her son committed suicide. He was smoking weed, and she was trying to blame it on the weed, the THC. I have to get the specifics, but parents blaming pot. We'll say cannabis. We're going to say cannabis. Blaming capital C cannabis for their teen suicide. Kids suicide. Now, this one, it's a tricky one. Oh, also, hold on. I got to be ready for when my kids get dropped off. So I just heard someone out front. But for the kids' suicide, it's a tricky one because it's a sad situation. Nobody gets excited over that. And if they do, they need to seek some help, like talk to somebody. But so basically, and I've seen this a few times, is parents that thought that weed, cannabis, marijuana, ganja was so dangerous for so long, they believe it because the government told them it was so dangerous for so long. It's ranked Schedule 1 for how dangerous it supposedly is. And it's just dangerous to the economy and government because it provides ulterior ways for just about everything. Big pharma, like so much pharmaceutical nonsense doesn't even work. And well, so anyways, let's see. First, I'll put this in source, the Mayo Clinic. I found an article from the Mayo Clinic, which, for those that don't know, even though it is like mayonnaise, like, and it's kind of a joke in an airplane movie, the Mayo Clinic article, clinic article, saying that there is no correlation between THC and depression, claiming. Because it's still like, I don't know. I don't know how proven it is claiming No correlation. If anything, it's the opposite. And the problem is correlation between THC and depression. It's the exact opposite. It makes you extremely happy and relaxed and not care about life's problems as much. THC and depression. And it can actually fix depression, which is usually caused by a depressant like alcohol. Said there is a link with environment and depression, meaning their parents. AKA parent trauma, parent induced trauma. It's kind of like pray the gay away, how we know that that didn't make any sense. And gay is even subjective anyway. Like, I mean, it's very fluid. Let's see, think. Pray the gay away, because that's like an ongoing joke, like how that just doesn't work. It's stupid, just cause harm, more harm than good. Pray the gay away. And it was really more for parents that didn't want a gay son or daughter, and because they were ashamed, they didn't want that in their family, which is terrible. Like, I mean, if they're your kid, they're your kid. Like, and if my kids came out as gay or curious or in between or whatever, I mean, I would have to take a step back and be like, let me really analyze this. But I would not hate them for their choices. Like, if anything, that's a reflection of my choices. Like, they learn from me. So if anything, if they decide to, let's see, shack of shame. Prohibitionists. And so basically, why I'm mad about this is because she probably forced her own kid to suicide because she was treating him like a criminal for smoking weed. And unfortunately, because it is illegal, prohibitionists, she was kind of in the right to a point. Actually, just shack of shame, prohibition. Okay. Okay, we need one of these. Actually, a couple. Shack of shame, landlords. Shack of shame, prohibition. Shack of shame, politics. Like, we're gonna do all of these things and just have somebody, in fact, here. You can have a seat in the corner. You can sit down. Think about what you did. Or you can stand in the corner, think about what you did. And you stand in the corner, think about what you did. Well, now I want. Actually, you know what? Ooh, I like that. We're gonna do that. Shack of shame. You can go stand here in the corner. And same thing here. You can go stand in the corner. There. Go stand in the corner. But we can all sit around here and talk about this. Just kidding. So, anyways, back to that. And one day I'll do an episode of like talking about it. It's like, oh wait, that's still. Is that supposed to be like that? I guess so. All right. Anyways, so this particular lady, she campaigned on it. She has a whole XApp page dedicated to the death of her son's suicide. I get it. That is a very sad thing. I'm not trying to make light of that. However, I posted this really long reply and I said, was it really the THC or, was it the environment? And I made a very well, in fact, here, let's even read it. And for those that don't know, I do have an XApp post. It's usually a flaming dumpster fire of politics and such, so I try not to brag about it too much, especially in my professional circles. However, and maybe that's what I need to do, is I need to go through and find my replies. Mm. Wait, what? Princess Reem Al Saud. So I responded to this Muslim thing. So this guy, Rami Omar, Belgium, redefining God, empathy over egotism. And I agree with a lot of what he's saying. Explore why we must align our actions with the well-being of all life forms, advocating for minimal harm and promoting a society based on trust and equality over competition and egotism. I said, I love it, but we also must admit that cannabis has been demonized unfairly. If cannabis had been legalized worldwide, people would already be moving towards this mindset, not out of intoxication, but as a recreation and enhancement of life. Has 439 views. One person responded, does it even have a positive effect? I said, oh yes, there are over 35,000 scientific papers published. Some of the most notable benefits are less cognitive decline, potential for LDL and clogged arteries, and my favorite, it's a viable substitute for alcohol. I am one of several people I know that has given up alcohol and just smokes bud on occasion to recreate. And only 22 views, so that's kind of interesting. But one person, this Princess Reem Al Saad, I feel like that's hmm, I feel like it's a fake account. Yeah, that's not her. It's Alkaz Hasab 3405. Yeah, usually when it's like that, oh, she's gorgeous. Usually when it's like that, it's not them. Yeah, that's a fake account. Either way, they liked my reply. So I'll take the like. But no, but what I was looking for is my response to this lady. Whoops, nope, go to my thing. Let's see. To my replies. So basically, there's Sam. There's smart approaches to. Oh, geez, I've been doing a lot of stuff, so I gotta go back through. There was a weed debate. This lady liked my thing. Okay. Uh, uh, debating this. Sorry, I really want to find this. Come on, where is it? Oh, wait, I did a post about it. Hold on. I repost a lot of things, but I actually posted this because I was blocked. She didn't respond. She didn't debate it or anything. Here we go. So basically, it's Johnny's Ambassadors Inc. It's Johnny K. Stack. Johnny Stack died by suicide after delusion from THC psychosis. Now saving our youth from the harms of THC products. Post by mom, Laura Stack. And then the hashtag THC free. She's from Denver, which is embarrassing. And so I said, so they blocked me. Um, and there's this original thing Johnny's ambassador said, "Thank you for allowing me to speak Johnny's name on what would have been his 25th birthday before THC destroyed his brain and made him paranoid and suspicious and caused him to take his life." And I said, "First off, I mean no disrespect to the memory of your son. It's a tragic situation no parent should go through. That said, I'm curious as to other information regarding this tragedy. Paranoia, suspicion, psychosis even, can be the result of the environment about as much as the substance itself, often more so. My example is Hunter Biden. Love him or hate him, he's living proof that if you have the resources to use the substance in private without outside pressures, stressors, anxiety, etc., from family and friends, one can literally smoke crack cocaine and still hold a respectable position as an international diplomat. What's more, I've yet to hear a single person say, you know, I think that Hunter is on drugs. MAGA would have smeared that all over the internet if there was even a single person that said so. My question is, how hard on him were you for smoking weed? Was it comparable to how some religious families shame their kids for being homosexual? Or did you threaten to send him away to camp or private school for smoking weed? Kick him out of the house or similar threats? My point from that is it might not have been the THC that made his brain that way. It is more likely the hoops he jumped through to use it were the real cause for paranoia and psychosis. Being forced to use a substance in such obscurity and secrecy for fear of the PTSD imposed by family members could explain a lot. If he had been free to use it as others are allowed to use alcohol in bars, would it have been as bad? And before you respond, I'd like to direct your attention to the study of 5,000 regular cannabis users and the evidence that suggests cannabis actually reduces cognitive decline. And I included the study of 5,000, I think they're Dutch people or Danish people, that it wasn't a significant, like, oh, it's going to help your brain remain super healthy. However, it was an alarming, overwhelming amount of people that showed less cognitive decline than the people that didn't use cannabis. So it wasn't just a fluke, like a couple of people maybe read more books or did more exercise or maybe there was something else. It was everyone that smoked cannabis regularly showed less cognitive decline. So it's good for brain health. Suggests anyway. I would like to see that studied more and find out. And very simple, because I'm in another argument with this person going back and forth, like, and they're posting all these articles about the dangers of THC and marijuana, and you have to like pick them apart. Because it's like, okay, this one's concentrates. Okay, this one's death from vomiting from smoking, like they're coughing and stuff. So edibles would fix that, or or using a bong or a water pipe to clear out the impurities. But unfortunately, we don't let people use such tools because it's still so shamed and illegal and ostracized. Anyways, back to this thing. So I said that, and then I said studies also suggest it can help with LDL and clogged arteries, and I posted the scientific journal that had that study. And finally, legalizing and regulating cannabis lowers teen use by removing black markets. And I posted an article from a Colorado newspaper that showed the data that we have that teen marijuana use is actually down in Colorado now that black markets are pretty much gone because there's no money in it. You could go get weed from a store for like $100 an ounce. Why would you buy it from some sketchy dude out of his truck? Like, and not that the dude's sketchy. The dude has to be sketchy because it's a black market. Like, what they're doing is illegal. If a cop rolled up, like they could get in trouble. So there's no point for people to put up the risk to sell it to minors. So it's harder for kids to get. So anyways, and I continued. We have the example of Pray the Gay Away and how that actually caused mental illness and even suicide from shame. This sounds more like that than the actual weed itself, and I'm an active cannabis user since the age of 14. I scored a 97th percentile on the ASVAB while stoned, as well as a 30 on the ACT with a perfect score and a perfect 36 in science. Also, shortly after consuming cannabis. If THC destroyed developing brains, I'm either a very lucky corner case or I'm just one of the several examples of how this is false. And I know several colleagues in computer science and cybersecurity that also regularly use cannabis. They are some of the most brilliant thinkers I've ever encountered. There's 99 views. She blocked me. She didn't even want to entertain that. So I said, well, I guess that's my answer. People will point the blame anywhere but at themselves. This page blocked me. This page that blocked me is for the memory of a son that committed suicide. Never mind that we've learned from Pray the Gay Away that often PTSD and trauma can stem from family pressure. Rather than reply or debate, this woman ran. She is afraid of the idea that she might bear some of the blame in her son's mental health issues. She would rather be right than keep that from happening to other families. This is the face of the anti-cannabis movement: shame, displacement of blame, and pointing fingers outward. Cannabis prohibitionists are responsible for much of the teen depression around THC use. I stand by it too. I think that's bogus. And then, so Sam has 4 likes, 571 views on this thing. It's not a big organization, and I didn't let them go. So where did I respond? There we go. Where's this one? So then I went back and commented on the thing again. There's not a lot of comments on this thing. It's just pretty much me. And so what I did, yeah, I'm going to go through and probably comment on all these people's, but I responded to this one. I said, for every parent, or wait, no, they said first, next we have Laura Stack of Johnny K. Stack. Today we remembered her son Johnny, who would have turned 25 today. Laura's powerful message about the damage caused by high-potency THC was moving and inspiring. So I responded, for every parent that points a finger at THC for teen depression, there are 3 fingers pointing backwards. According to the Mayo Clinic, there is no direct link from THC and depression. There is, however, a link to teen depression from their environment, and I included the link from the Mayo Clinic that says what the research says about THC and depression in teens. Then I said, we need to focus on preventing other teens from following suit. What we don't need is displacing the blame so we feel better about tragedy. And 32 views, nobody said anything, nobody did anything, they're just ignoring it. Thankfully, Sam hasn't blocked me, and I try to be polite to them, because all they do yeah. And I need to spend some time going back to this, but actually for now, I gotta get ready. The kids are gonna be here any minute. We've done pretty good work. We've got the Shack of Shame. Let's go look at that. That's the Shack of Shame. And basically, we're going to do everything. We're going to do landlords. And really it should be. Just like, same with taxes too. I hate how taxes work. Like the IRS knows how much you owe, and it's up to you to fill out your taxes. And if you get it wrong, they'll put you in jail or fine you or whatever. They could just tell everybody. Be like, here's what we think you owe. Let us know if you did anything like charity or deductions or anything. And then if you didn't, okay. So, and really taxes should just be adjusted anyway. Like these ridiculous tax breaks for the super wealthy. Meanwhile, like, you know, it would be fine if they gave those tax breaks if they also gave equal or better. In fact, it should be an upside down pyramid. Like those on the top should get the most tax burden while those at the bottom should get the least. It should be like that. And it's supposed to be like that. But what's happening is they're reversing it to where the people on the bottom share most of the burden, and the ones at the top don't have to worry, and they continue to amass wealth. And we'll fix it. We will fix it. Don't worry. But through peace. All right, anyways, that's it for now. I know this is kind of a short one, but I just realized the time, and I would like to kind of move some things around, maybe get dressed. All right, so ta-ta for now. I will see you in the next one. In the Shack of Shame.